Welcome to Dreamweaver CS4. I'm Janine Warner, author of more than a dozen books about the Internet and 50 hours of videos for total training. In this Essentials training, you'll get an introduction to Dreamweaver and learn the basics of web design. From simple portfolios to multimedia showcases, websites come in many styles. So I'll start with a review of some of the most common web design techniques. We'll get hands-on in the next chapter, but for now, just sit back, relax, and let me introduce you to the many ways you can create websites with Dreamweaver. Over the years, web design has evolved dramatically. In the early days, we could only create very simple websites, like this one I'm opening in Dreamweaver. A site like this, which uses just a couple of static photos and some text, could be created in less than a minute in a program like Dreamweaver. But it used to be all that was possible. Today, using Dreamweaver, you can not only create these quickly, you can preview them in a browser so you can see what your pages will look like before you even publish them on the web. You can also create rich media experiences, like this site, which features nature photos and even video. As you'll learn in this series, you'll need a video editing program to optimize video for the web, and you'd need a program like Adobe Flash to create animations. But once you've created those multimedia files, you use Dreamweaver to add those files to your pages. And that's just one of the many lessons you'll find in this training: how to use Dreamweaver's Flash features to add a Flash video file like this one, and even create the player, which you see appear when I roll my cursor over this video. Over the course of the next 6 hours, we'll explore many approaches to web design, from simple websites like this one, and by the way, I really don't recommend that you eat your keyboard, to more complex sites, like this nature site, and even variations on this site, like this one, which uses one of Dreamweaver's behaviors to create this swap image effect, which changes the image as I roll my cursor over these images, and then goes on to different pages when I click on them. That's just one of Dreamweaver's many behaviors, which we'll cover toward the end of this series. We'll spend most of this series working on that nature site and on this one on the Galapagos Islands. By the way, these photos were taken by a dear friend of mine, Ken Riddick, who goes scuba diving every year on vacation. We'll use this site to explore techniques for creating layouts using cascading style sheets, which is by far the most recommended option for designing websites today. If you're familiar with CSS, these lessons will offer you a thorough review of the CSS features in Dreamweaver. If you're new to CSS, don't worry. I'll cover the basics of CSS as I show you how to create, apply, and edit styles in Dreamweaver. But before we get into all that, let me show you a couple of other sites that were designed using different layout techniques to help you appreciate why you might choose one design approach over another.